Thanks to technology, the internet gave everybody a voice. Good, bad, or indifferent. You know, we get to pick and choose. I say that because whatever you own, whatever you buy, it's on the internet. You hear me? So whatever we be about, we need, you know, I want to remind us to choose wisely and don't let what you be about choose you. You know, because the algorithm, depending on your rhythm, the algorithm will get you. You hear me? I'm feeling good. You know, I'm feeling charged. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling wonderful right now. I'm feeling clean, energetically clean, emotionally clean, mentally clean, and physically clean. You know, because as my shirt suggests, I just got finished doing. You hear me? So if you haven't smudged yourself, now would probably be a good time to do it. You know, yeah, right now. As you watching the video, you know, now would be a good time, you know, to clean your energetic field. You hear me? Also known as your aura. You heard? But I hope everybody vibrating, emanating, operating, exuding in the highest exhilaration, calibration, and frequency and resonance of your inner self. You hear me? Your higher self, your God spark, your God force, whatever you know it as. You hear me? It don't matter what you call it. You hear me? I just hope you operating in the highest in it. You heard me? Yeah, I'm feeling like that right now. You know, happy full moon to those that's on that type of time. You know, if it can benefit me, I use it all. Planetary, planetary, cosmos, earthly. You hear me? If it could benefit me, I use it all. So happy full moon, pink full moon at that, to everybody. Yeah. Whatever you want. You know. I don't just sit high in the light. And it's gonna resonate with some of y'all, you know, cause we don't been through some things. I know we don't been through some things, cause I don't been through some things, you know. So through our personal experience, once we understand it, you know, we can understand the experience of every soul. We ain't had to go through the same things for you to get that. You hear me? But if you got that, you know, when you understand your own experiences, you understand the human experience, and then you're able to give something back to it. You hear me? And some continue to find ways to draw life from it instead of giving life to it. You hear me? So it's an honor to be me. And I say I don't just sit sit high in the light, because I also sit high in the dark. And when I say that, what that means is, for anybody don't have to go through the dark to get to your light, it ain't because you had to go through it. It's because you rose through it. You hear me? And I had to rise through it. You heard? And if that means something to you, you know what it's like to go into the inner of your earth to recollect yourself. And in the process of recollecting yourself, all the things, all the experiences, you know, all the places we have to go, all the people we have to visit, you know, more experiences that we have to have, you know, because we don't been so shattered, we don't been so fractured. You hear me? We don't been so divided in ourselves. This ain't even got nothing to do with nobody else. But it got everything to do with everybody else, because because all it got to do with is us. You see, so it takes some life, it takes some living, it takes some experiences for the shaping, for the molding, for the growing, for the maturing, you know, for the cultivation, for the discipline, for the development, for the awareness, and a whole host of other things to occur. You hear me? Whatever you've been through since you've been here, it took that. It took that. That ain't no bad thing. You hear me? It's only bad. It's only bad if that's what you mentally holding on to. It ain't no bad thing. You hear me? Because if you made it back, you brought some people back with you. You're a motivation to somebody. You're an inspiration to somebody. Somebody made it through their day because of you. You hear me? Everybody ain't got hope. It's a lot of hope. Contrary to popular belief, it's a lot of hopelessness on the planet. You hear me? Real talk. You hear me? You brought some people back with you. You heard? And because I brought some people back with me, you know? And once upon a time, I was a person who was getting brought back. You hear me? because it's levels to this. It's layers to this. You know? It's generations to this. You hear me? Yeah. Yeah. You ain't gotta look in the sky to see the sun. Not if you can look in your face and know that you shine like one. You hear me? You ain't gotta look in the sky for the sun. You heard? Because people should be able to look at you and not be able to say, that's not the sun right there. Even if you're a woman. That's what we thriving for and always striving for, or should be. You hear me? I say that because the more you grow, the more I grow, the more we grow. And if we've been growing, you'll understand when I say the more we have to leave behind. You hear me? The more we grow, the more we have to leave behind. You hear me? The more you want to bring, the more you bring in, the more you gotta be willing to let loose. Cause you gotta have room. You gotta have room. It's springtime for, declutterization. Open the windows, open the shades, dust the floorboards, cleaning, refreshing, yeah. And what's so paradoxical about this, because I'm talking more about the internal than the external. But if you're doing it internal, ain't no doubt in my mind that you're doing what's necessary external. So the vibration, so the energy, so the frequencies, so the resonance can match according to what you want, what we desire, what I'm wanting, what I'm desiring. Because we all doing this at the same time, no matter where we doing it from or where we doing it at. You hear me? Yeah. It's time to get so grounded that you're too grounded. And you can never be too grounded. So get grounded. You hear me? The more you grow, the more you leave behind. You hear me? Don't lose the love. That's the point. Don't lose the love. See, I ain't lose the love. I still got love in my heart. Just being here. Just creating this space and not creating a space to use other things to speak for me, but using the space that for the most part I speak through and speak into for myself, according to the life that find themselves on the other side of what I gotta say. That's the evidence. And I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all who appreciate me. You hear me? In all I do. Because it's just a reflection in all that you're doing. You hear me? Because spiritual alignment ain't easy. And when it comes to spiritual alignment, or when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to who we are as a spiritual being, You know, don't nothing feel like alignment. Don't nothing feel like alignment. Because when you in alignment, everything feel like peace. When you in alignment, everything feel like peace. Everything feel good for no reason at all. Everything feel like love. Everything feel positive, even in the worst situations. Cause everything clear. You hear me? Everything feel like prosperity. Even when you ain't got everything you would want to have. Who am I talking to? You hear me? It's come from the inside. When you're in alignment, everything feel like everything. You hear me? Yeah. Because otherwise, it could be a whole lot of chaos going on. And for those that been in the chaos that went on, we know about the chaos that goes on. You hear me? And we ain't trying to go back down there. You heard? We already know what that road like. You hear me? Yeah. Ain't nothing like alignment. In alignment, everything decent and in order. It may not be how you want it to be. Somebody need to catch this. But when you in alignment, everything is in order. Just chill. Just chill. When you can't see things happening, you know, and things happen in the background before it happen on stage. I don't know who I'm talking to, or who I'm talking for. You hear me? But I have to remember that too. Things have to happen in the background before it happen on stage. Things have to happen things are happening in the unseen before they become seen. You hear me? Things happen in the unknown before they come known to us. You know? So make sure you be vibrationally in sync with what you're trying to sync up with. I'm talking to somebody. You hear me? Cause ain't no baggage to carry like light baggage. Ain't no baggage to carry like light baggage. So pack light. You know? Pack light. I'm glad I got on this journey a long time ago. You hear me? Cause it gave me a whole lot more to offer. You know? And even though cause I'm on, even though I don't share everything I'm capable of sharing, you hear me? You can't tell everybody everything, you hear me? Cause those who know me close always saying that I be holding back, cause they used to a different energy. They used to a different fire, you know, when it comes to the ways that I use my flame, you hear me? But everything not for everybody, you hear me? And you know, in time, sometimes the divine will have you hold back until the people ready for what you really came here to do. You know, for those who know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. You hear me? Cause I ain't the only one who play the role that I'm playing, you know, or feel the type of shoes that I came here to fill. But can't nobody do it like I came to do it, cause it's only one me. You hear me? It's only one you. Can't nobody do what you came here to do. You hear me? Especially if it's for the good of all. Because it's only one you. Yeah. I'm glad I got on this journey a long time ago. And the reason I say that, family, is because I had a lot of work to do. You hear me? It don't discredit me or belittle me to be able to say that. I had a lot of work to do, family. You hear me? I'm brutally honest with myself, to be brutally honest with whoever be on the other side of me. You heard? I had a lot of work to go through, you know? And I'm glad to have the opportunity to come here and go through it. To come here and go through it. To come here and get through it. You hear me? You know, get this work done. This mental work, this emotional work, this spiritual work, this soul work, this shadow work, this light work. You hear me? Yeah, get it done. I say that because self-work, because that's all they come back to, whatever, no matter what we call it, self-work. You know, life is self-work, living is self-work. And self-work take way more discipline, effort, and time than we have time for. Self-work require way more patience. Needed to do a thorough walk through ourselves than a lot of us have. You hear me? It take a lot of work to keep up with ourselves. To steer your mind. So you can move your mind instead of having your mind just move you how it wants you to do. I've been there. I know that. The cycles. I know the cycles. The more toxic the cycle, the more that's happening. And you don't know it's happening to you out the cycle. And you're able to look back and see the loop you was in, the hamster wheel you was in. You hear me? The hamster wheel I was in. Glad not to be there no more. You hear me? Somebody say I'm glad not to be there no more, cause I ain't the only one that's account for. You hear me? But you don't have to understand. You don't have to know. You don't even have to consider what anybody else think when it comes to you. But what you think, that's what matters. You hear me? That's what matters. I'm gonna go ahead and do it since I'm led to. You hear me? I got a card for us. I got a card for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the card. You hear me? Since I'm being led to. You heard? I just noticed it even got a big full moon on the back of that. And the pink. And the pink. You hear me? Chill out, baby. Thank y'all for y'all patience. Thank y'all for y'all patience, you hear me? I don't want to force the card. I want to, wow, there it is. I want to let it come on its own. You know? I love the synchronicities. Let it all go. Okay? Let it all go. Let it all go. Get the work, just get the work done. If it's happening, it's for a reason. Let it go. Page 44. Angel number 44. Master number 44. Let it go. It is in our nature as humans to hold tightly to what is familiar. Knowing the weight and measure of what we carry can bring us a great sense of comfort. Oftentimes, the known seems to be the wiser choice compared to the unknown. It is important to be aware that just as a tree shapes itself around a known obstacle that has forced it to take a new path, these things we hold tightly to can also change the course of our destiny. It is important to be aware that just as a tree shapes itself around a known obstacle that has forced to take a new path, that had forced it, a tree will shape itself around a known obstacle that has forced it to take a new path. These things we hold tightly to can also change the course of our destiny. You gotta know when and know when. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to reflect on what you need to release. We need to know when and know when. Ask yourself. This is the self-care exercise, family. Ask yourself if there is something keeping you back or forcing you to grow in a direction that might not be for your benefit. There could be many things that we hold on to for too long, such as the past, an ideal, a dream, or a painful memory. Even if we have grafted these aspects into our being, it is now time to let go of all that no longer serves you. Free the pent-up energy inside of you and imagine it leaving your body as you inhale and exhale deeply. Forgive disappointments and pains and do not allow bitterness in. Do not allow bitterness in. Let go of control and allow what needs to die to die. Let go of control and allow what needs to die to die. Let the bed bury the dead, so that you may blossom again once more. Response to the journaling prompt. How does it feel in your body to let go of what is no longer needed? Do you feel lighter when you think about letting go? How does your inner child feel when you think about letting go? That concludes the message for the day. I appreciate that. I appreciate that reflection, and those insights. You hear me? It's a good time to think about. With that being said, it's a good time to think about all the ways we are blessed, all the lessons that we have learned, all the goals that we have established, all the goals that we will establish, and how it all has showed us how to harness our energy. You hear me? Thank life. Thank life. Wherever you are is not where you were. Thank life. Because who you are is not who you used to be. Thank life, man. I do. I'm grateful, and I'm authentically me. My name is Sawu. I appreciate y'all for going with me on that journey. We're gonna keep it cool. You hear me? We're gonna put the emoji with some shades on. We're gonna cause we chilling, we vibing. It's a vibe. You hear me? It's a vibe. You know, the greatest living our best life don't have nothing to do with what we acquire outside of us. You hear me? But it got everything to do with what we carry within us. You hear me? It's a vibe. I'm feeling good. I hope everybody feel good as you continue your morning, your evening, your afternoon, your night, depending on where you are. You know, cause we in Australia, you know, Canada too. You hear me? Salute to the family. You heard? And keep working. Remember, it requires way more action than words. You know, we're gonna access our library. We gotta do some work. You know, and if we're gonna rearrange what's in it, we're gonna have to do some work. You know, so salute to those that's putting in work amongst everybody who think it's about working. You hear me? Because it's a difference. You heard? Tonight's emoji. 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 Uh, 'cause, 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 ' Oh, I just said it. I'm tripping. I just said it. We're gonna do the emoji with the shades, you hear me? We're gonna do the emoji with the shades. We chilling, we staying grounded. You know, remember to stay grounded. Remember to stay chill, you hear me? Don't blow no fuses. When the test comes, don't blow no fuses. You know, remain in emotional control. It's important right now, especially if you want to manifest prosperity. You hear me? It's important. Stay in control. Your energy is your currency. Your currency is your value. You know. Yeah. Emoji. Put the emoji in the shades with the shades on. Gotta have the shades on. You hear me? Cause we cooling. You heard? Put the emoji in the comment section for the raffle submission. As simple as that. New subscribers. Put your shades emoji. Your shades emoji. You know, the Versace man, the Gucci man, whatever shades you like, that's what you imagine that the emoji wearing. But we're gonna put the shade emoji in the comment section for the raffle submission. Remember, to feel good for no reason at all. And let me get out of here before I talk y'all ears off. I love y'all. My name is Saul. Peace, family.